Okay, here's an update on the Pillager. I've got a couple things that I've done this morning with it. Actually today, we've taken the knuckles here and we put some facets in them and then polished, just kind of refined this area here. A little bit of a contrast. You know, we've got the rustic. You know, this is actually the mill scale and everything. I kind of like this pattern that came out. It's just primitive looking and. The heat treat oxidation, actually from the tempering and everything like that. Then we got the refined bevel, and then we've got these knuckles in here for the guard and stuff. So there's that. Hopefully everybody can see how that looks. I don't know if that helps to actually move it closer to the camera or not. So let me see. Right there we go. And there, and the handle there. So, to answer a couple quick questions, a couple people asked about the Taro Tough, and this handle in particular is shaped. You can see these different bill hooks or beaks, and then these are basically to distribute the weight while using this piece because it is a forceful piece. I mean, it's going to be putting some pressure on the hand. We want to have a nice purchase for the handle. I'll actually do a little more scalloping here, but these right here are going to keep this metal from banging into the front and back of your hand because this knife will be more powerful if you can cut with more of a loose grip where you can let the knife and the weight transfer and rotate over your grip back and forth. These are plenty strong enough, even being as thin as they are. Simply because they're made out of Taro Tough, and those of you that aren't familiar with Taro Tough, it's a composite material that's made by Columbia Industrial Composites, CIP. They're out of actually not Portland. They're just about a 2 hours drive south of me. They make these composites for industrial purposes, mostly for bushings for. They replace like bronze bushings for large turbines and underwater applications and stuff. So there's pluses and benefits to this. The plus side of this material is that it's easy to work. It's much easier on my tooling than G10 is, and it's it doesn't use like a phenolic resin or anything like that. So it's a polyester resin, which is better. You know, not near as toxic, but I still wear a respirator and have dust collection when I work this stuff. But I don't get little glass shards all over my shop and in my fingers everywhere, which I can't stand from G10. But it's way more durable than G10 or micarta. Way more is kind of a subjective term. But when I've done some testing and I've actually, you know, take a piece of 3/8 or a piece of 1/4 inch and I'll put it on my anvil and I'll hit it with my sledge. And the Taro Tough, you know, lasts quite a while before I actually can pulverize it. The G10 and micarta both get fractured within the first 1 or 2 hits. Pretty frequently. So it's got a lot of impact resistance, a lot of tensile strength. It doesn't fracture the same way that other materials do. It kind of dents and everything like that if you're hitting it with a hammer, but it doesn't fracture. Actually, in the destruction videos, knifetest.com put up a video of a knife that I sent in there, and I put some 1/4 inch Taro Tough handles on that, and he hit it 50 to 60 times with a sledgehammer sideways. Just had it in a vise and was hitting right on the side with the sledgehammer, trying to break the knife right here or so. And the scales survived. Actually, that knife, I got that knife back, and a customer wanted that knife, and so we just refurbished those scales. It just had to go over some sandpaper and clean up the hammer dents and everything. So also Taro Tough has the benefits that since it's a polyester and it's got this cloth to it, it actually wicks water really well, and so as a handle material, it's really good because if you get moisture on your hand, your skin interaction with the material, it's just a better interaction where it kind of wicks out some of that moisture, and it makes actually, I think sometimes when you get a little moisture on the grip, it kind of improves the grip. So the downside to Taro Tough is that, you know, it's got limited colors. It doesn't finish up, and it isn't really, you know, it doesn't work well for creating that high refined finish aesthetic look, you know, with ultra sanding and polishing and buffing and everything. It just doesn't have those properties to it. It just doesn't take that type of finish. And if you try to put that type of finish, you kind of eliminate some of the good aspects of, you know, how it works as a grip material. So it's one of my favorite grip materials, just because the function to me outweighs all the drawbacks of, you know, some of the aesthetic stuff. I know that a lot of production companies may not be so quick to jump on Taro Tough, just because it does, you know, you handle it a few times, and if your hands are dirty, it's going to start to look dirty, and it's harder to keep clean in that sense. Whereas, you know, large volume companies, production companies, they deal with, you know, they sell knives based on aesthetics, you know, primarily. It's a difficult material for them to use. But hopefully that answered some questions, and hope you enjoyed the update on the Pillager. I'm hoping if I get it together today, I might. I've got a little surprise video that I'm going to try to make. I got a funny idea that should be pretty exciting for people to watch. So have a good one.